All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Sunil Verma. The headlines. Both houses of parliament to resume proceedings today after a break of 4 days. More than 10,32,000 students register for Prime Minister's interactive academic program Pariksha Pe Charcha. Scrutiny of nominations to take place for second phase of assembly elections in West Bengal and Assam. Jammu and Kashmir government approves interest-free loan worth 2 lakh rupees for beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Mumbai police officer Sachin Vaze remanded to NIA custody till 25th of March in connection with explosives found in a car outside industrialist Mukesh Ambani's house. Special Task Force of Uttar Pradesh Police nabs training commander of Banned Popular Front of India. Bank credit grows by 6.63% while deposits go up by over 12% during fortnights ended February 26. Myanmar security forces killed 38 protesters in latest crackdown. 2 Chinese factories set on fire. India beat England by 7 wickets in second T20 international to level 5-match cricket series 1-1 in Ahmedabad. And India skipper Virat Kohli becomes first ever batsman to score 3,000 runs in T20 international. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Both houses of parliament will resume proceedings today after a break of 4 days. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will make statements in both houses of parliament today on the recent developments pertaining to the welfare of Indians abroad, non-resident Indians and persons of Indian origin in the COVID situation. Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to introduce the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2021 in the Lok Sabha today. The Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill 2021, the National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research Amendment Bill 2021, the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Amendment Bill 2021 and the Marine Aids to Navigation Bill 2021 is also scheduled to be introduced in the lower house. The Constitution Scheduled Castes Order Amendment Bill 2021 will come up for discussion in the Lok Sabha. Apart from this, discussion and voting will be held on the demands for grants of Ministry of Railways, Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for 2021-22. The Rajya Sabha is scheduled to take up the National Institutes of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management Bill 2019 today. Discussions will be held on the working of Ministry of Jal Shakti, Ministry of Railways and Ministry of Tourism in the upper house. Union Minister Babul Supriyo and MPs Loket Chatterjee and Swapan Dasgupta have figured in the list of BJP candidates for the ensuing West Bengal Assembly election. Mr. Supriyo will contest from Toliganj, while Swapan Dasgupta from Tarkeshwar. BJP National General Secretary Arun Singh said that the party released the name of 63 candidates yesterday for the West Bengal Assembly election.
पहले 2 फेज की हमने पहले से अनाउंसमेंट कर दिए हैं सारी सीटों का। अब जो थर्ड फेज है, थर्ड फेज में 31 सीटें हैं। 27 सीटों को 27 सीट को प्रत्याशियों के लिए घोषणा यहां से कर रहे हैं, जिसका केंद्रीय चुनाव समिति ने उसका अनुमोदन किया है। उसी के साथ साथ चौथा फेज जो है में 44 सीटें हैं। 44 सीटें में 36 सीटें 36 सीट की घोषणा पश्चिम बंगाल के यहां से कर रहे हैं।
For Kerala polls, the BJP has released a list of candidates for 112 seats. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi, BJP National General Secretary Arun Singh said the party has decided to fight in 115 seats and 25 seats will be distributed among 4 alliance parties.
BJP will be contesting in 115 seats and rest of the seat out of 140 left out to be 25 seat around, that will be left to the four parties. Many senior leaders are contesting from BJP symbol in the Kerala. A large number of senior leaders, they are joining from LDF and UDF to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Lot of celebrities and professionals in Kerala, they have also joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. Our state president, Sri K. Surendran, will be contesting from two assembly constituencies. One, Manjeswaram in Kasaragod district, and second is Konni, that is Pathamdita. Metro man, whose name is well known to every Indian, Dr. E. Sridharan, will be contesting from Palakkad.
Meanwhile, senior BJP leaders and Union Ministers Rajnath Singh and Amit Shah addressed several rallies in Assam. Addressing a rally at Gohpur, Mr. Singh said that the development works of the Modi government has improved the living conditions of the common people. Addressing a poll rally at Margareta, Mr. Amit Shah said that the flood problem of Assam will be solved if the BJP is voted to power again. He said BJP is continuously working for overall development of Assam and its people.
5 साल पहले मैं पार्टी का अध्यक्ष था, आसाम के सामने आए थे, हम मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में आए थे और हमने कहा था एक बार पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार दीजिए, आसाम के अंदर से आंदोलन और आतंकवाद दोनों को हम समाप्त। मित्रों, मैं गर्व के साथ कहता हूं कि 5 साल के बाद आसाम में ना आंदोलन है, ना आतंकवाद है, शांति के साथ विकास ही विकास चल रहा है।
Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel, at Dibrugarh and AICC General Secretary in charge of Assam, Jitendra Singh, in Alwar at Guwahati, simultaneously released the charge sheet against the BJP government in Assam.
In West Bengal, scrutiny of nominations will be done today for the second phase of assembly elections. 177 nominations have been filed for 30 seats in this phase. BJP and TMC have fielded candidates for all the seats, whereas CPI-M in 16, Congress in 9, DSP in 7, CPI in 2, and Forward Bloc has fielded candidates for 2 seats. 47 candidates from other parties and 34 independents have also submitted nominations. Elections will be held on the 1st of April for 9 seats each in East and West Medinipur, 8 seats in Bankura and 4 seats in South Chobis Parganas. Nandigram seat will also go for polls in this phase.
In Assam, scrutiny of nominations will take place today for the assembly elections. A total of 408 candidates have filed their nominations for the second phase. The last date for withdrawal of candidature is 17th of this month. Polling for this phase will be held on April 1st. Elections to the 126-member Assam Assembly will be held in 3 phases on 27th of March and 1st and 6th April. Counting of votes will be taken up on the 2nd of May. In Assam, the Election Commission of India has transferred the Deputy Commissioner of Morigaon District, Leena Das. Secretary in the Personnel Department of Assam issued an order in this regard following the instruction of the Election Commission. IAS officer Seema Rekha Bhuiya has been posted as the new Deputy Commissioner of Morigaon District.
BJP President JP Nadda will be on a day-long visit to Assam today, where he will address 3 public rallies. In a statement, BJP said that Mr. Nadda will reach Lilabari Airport this afternoon and address a public rally at MV Field, Dhakwa Khana. From MV Field, he will reach IB Field, Jumuguri Hat, Sutia to address another rally. In the evening, Mr. Nadda will address the 3rd rally at HS Field in Borebhaikia. Mumbai police officer Sachin Vaze has been remanded to NIA custody till March the 25th in connection with the explosives found in a car outside industrialist Mukesh Ambani's house. Vaze has been booked under sections of IPC and Explosive Substances Act for his alleged involvement in the case. Vaze, an encounter specialist who was suspended in 2004 for an alleged custodial death, was reinstated in 2020 by the Maharashtra government. Earlier, a Thane court refused anticipatory bail in the alleged murder case of Mansukh Hiren and the Antilla bomb scare probe. The court said that Mansukh Hiren's wife has named the Mumbai police officer in the FIR and that there is prima facie evidence against Waze and hence custodial interrogation is required. Mansukh Hiren was the owner of the SUV in question and had been found dead under mysterious circumstances on March the 5th. Earlier last week, Waze was transferred out of Mumbai Police's crime branch following allegations levelled against him in the Antilla bomb scare case. Maharashtra's leader of opposition, Devendra Fadnavis, had demanded Sachin Waze's arrest and had produced CDR call records of Waze, claiming that he was in constant touch with Hiren.
Special Task Force STF of Uttar Pradesh Police has nabbed training commander of the banned outfit Popular Front of India, PFI. Acting on a tip-off, an STF team on Saturday night arrested Mohammad Rashid near Basti railway station. Rashid was apprehended when he was trying to go to Mumbai via Lucknow to take part in the training sessions of the PFI. Police have recovered some documents with anti-national material, a CD which is suspicious, a fake Aadhaar card and a mobile phone from him. A case has been registered against him under various sections of the IPC at Kotwari police station in Basti. A probe has been initiated into the matter. During interrogation, the PFI training commander said that his main aim was that the youth from a particular community are brainwashed and are imparted physical and weapons training and prepared to trigger attacks in any part of the country. President Ram Nath Kovind, who is on a 3-day visit to Uttar Pradesh, will take part in a program, Jagran Forum at Varanasi, organized by a media house today. The President reached Varanasi on Friday and participated in various programs in Varanasi, Sonbhadra and Mirzapur districts. Yesterday, Mr. Kovind visited Chapki area in Babhani block of Sonbhadra district, where he graced the Vanvasi Samagam as the chief guest and inaugurated the newly constructed building of Seva Kunj Ashram. In the afternoon, the President reached Mirzapur and paid his obeisance at Ma Vindhyavasini Devi Temple. More from our Varanasi correspondent.
President Ramnath Kovind will inaugurate program on Ganga, environment and Indian culture by Jagran Forum this morning in Varanasi. This discussion program will highlight the different development works carried out by government for the welfare of the state. There will be 5 sessions in program where officers of several concerned departments will also be present. During the program, various subjects including role of One District One program in the development of Uttar Pradesh, the role of science in agriculture sector, new map of connectivity in a state will be discussed. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will virtually connect as chief guest in concluding session. MS Yadav, AIR News, Varanasi.
A 3-day Sarthak Edu Vision event comprising an exhibition and conference for Atmanirbhar Bharat was inaugurated by Union Minister Nitin Gadkari and Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan at RCPV Norhona Academy of Administration and Management at Bhopal. More information from our correspondent.
While addressing the inaugural session, Union Minister Shri Gadkari said that for Atmanirbhar Bharat, we need a vision of at least 50 years. He said that the primary objective of education will remain generating livelihoods, but it can't be accomplished without getting skilled manpower. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari also added that if there is a will, there is a way. If there is no will, there will be only survey, discussions, etc. So having a vision with will is essential, and that will form the path of Atmanirbhar Bharat. In addition, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said that the new education policy will help a long way in building such education system. This exhibition and conference will go on for 3 days. Sayukta Banerjee, AIR News, Bhopal.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Both houses of Parliament to resume proceedings today after a break of 4 days. More than 10,32,000 students register for Prime Minister's interactive academic program Pariksha Pe Charcha. Scrutiny of nominations to take place for second phase of assembly elections in West Bengal and Assam. Jammu and Kashmir government approves interest-free loans worth 2 lakh rupees for beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Mumbai police officer Sachin Waze remanded to NIA custody till 25th March in connection with explosives found in a car outside industrialist Mukesh Ambani's house. Special Task Force of Uttar Pradesh Police nabs training commander of banned Popular Front of India. Bank credit grows by 6.63%, while deposits go up by over 12% during fortnight ended February the 26th. Myanmar security forces killed 38 protesters in latest crackdown. 2 Chinese factories set on fire. India beat England by 7 wickets in second T20 international to level 5-match cricket series 1-1 in Ahmedabad. And India skipper Virat Kohli becomes first ever batsman to score 3,000 runs in T20 international. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the morning news. More than 10,32,000 students have registered for Prime Minister's interactive academic program Pariksha Pe Charcha. Over 2,60,000 teachers and more than 92,000 parents have also registered for the program. Pariksha Pe Charcha is part of the larger movement Exam Warriors, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, to create a stress-free atmosphere for youngsters. Through this program, Prime Minister will hold a brainstorming session with school students, teachers and parents in connection with the upcoming examinations. Yesterday was the last date for the registration to take part in the event. The students, teachers and parents registered through the official site of MyGov. Our correspondent reports that this year's Pariksha Pe Charcha is the 4th edition and will be held this month virtually.
About 2,000 school students, teachers and parents from all across the country will be selected as winners. The selected participants will take part in the program online from their state and union territories headquarters and will be presented with a special Pariksha Pe Charcha kit. Each winner will also get a specially designed certificate of appreciation. A small group of students from among the winners will get the opportunity to directly interact with the Prime Minister and ask him questions. Each of these special winners will also get a digital souvenir of their autographed photograph along with the Prime Minister. With Dipendra Kumar, Anupam Mishra, AIR News, Delhi.
Jammu and Kashmir government has approved a proposal to provide interest-free loans up to 2 lakh rupees to the urban homeless economically weaker section beneficiaries under beneficiary-led construction BLC component of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban PMAYU. J&K Administrative Council, which met under the chairmanship of Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, approved the proposal of the Housing and Urban Development Department. The beneficiaries under the BLC component of PMAYU have experienced difficulty in mobilizing their contribution as they come from economically weaker sections, as a result of which the construction of dwelling units under this component of PMAYU could not achieve the desired targets. The beneficiaries of this component have demanded enhancement of assistance in their favor so that they can complete their houses within the targeted date of the mission. India inched closer to another significant milestone of administering 3 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses in record time. With over 15,19,000 doses administered on Saturday, the cumulative vaccination figure has breached the mark of 2 crore 97 lakh doses. India is one of the few countries in the world to achieve these figures in the shortest span of time. The nation commenced the largest vaccination drive in the world on the 16th of January this year. The Health Ministry has informed that the COVID-19 recovery rate in the country today stands at 96.75%. Talking to AIR News, Dr. Sanjay Pandey, Professor G.B. Pant Hospital, has appealed to people to come forward for vaccination whenever their turn comes.
हमें लगता है कि अगर हम वैक्सीनेशन कर लेते हैं तो यह अनिश्चितता हमेशा के लिए खत्म हो जाएगी. तो वैक्सीनेशन बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है और मैं इस प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से सबसे अपील करूंगा कि जब भी उनका नंबर आए वो वैक्सीनेशन जरूर कराएं.
A total of 407 new confirmed cases of coronavirus infection were reported in Delhi during the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 6,43,696. The Delhi government has said that more than 630,000 people affected with coronavirus have been cured so far. Odisha completes 1 year of its fight against COVID-19 today. It was on this day last year that the first ever COVID-19 positive case in the state was detected. More from our Odisha correspondent.
It was on this fateful day last year that a man from Italy was diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in a hospital in capital Bhubaneswar, spreading sort of a shiver all over the state. Little did anyone at that point of time could have been surmised that in just a year, cases would swell up to more than 338,000 infections, and how. Given the initial unpredictability of the virus, neither could anyone imagine that the dreaded disease would even take a toll on 1,918 precious lives and livelihoods many times over. Thanks to the Government of India's far-sighted response against the pandemic, coupled with the deft management of COVID protocols by the state government, Odisha is now one of the few states in the country reporting cases down below 100 per day, with an active caseload of only 652 as on date. In order to add more teeth to its resistance against COVID-19, the state has also been an active partner in the nationwide vaccination drive, having already delivered 1 million plus vaccine doses to the beneficiaries thus far. Girish Chandra Das, EIR News, Bhubaneswar.
Amid the surge in COVID-19 cases, the Madhya Pradesh government has issued fresh guidelines and imposed news restrictions on people travelling from Maharashtra. Expressing concern over the rising trend of COVID-19 positive cases, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan appealed to the public for strict adherence to COVID-19 norms. The Chief Minister said he does not want to create a situation of panic, but people should continue taking preventive measures. A report from our Bhopal correspondent.
As per new guidelines of a state government, the passengers coming from the neighbouring state Maharashtra to districts like Chhindwara, Balaghat, Sivni, Khandwa, Badwani, Khargone, Burhanpur and Baitul have to undergo the thermal screening at the state border. 7-day quarantine will be mandatory for all passengers arriving from Maharashtra. In Bhopal, Indore and districts adjoining Maharashtra, for gathering in closed spaces, a maximum of 50% of the hall capacity will be allowed with a ceiling of 200 visitors. All business establishments will have to put social distancing floor markings using limestone and other methods outside their units. Pooja P. Vardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
Bank credit has risen by 6.63% to 107.75 lakh crore rupees and deposits grew by 12.06% to 149.34 lakh crore rupees in the fortnight ended February the 26th, according to RBI data. In the fortnight ended February 28th last year, bank credit stood at 101.05 lakh crore rupees and deposits at 133.26 lakh crore rupees. Bank credit increased by 6.58% to 107.04 lakh crore rupees and deposits rose by 11.75% to 147.81 lakh crore rupees in the previous fortnight ended February 12, 2021. According to analysts, the growth in bank credit is driven by an increase in retail loans. Talking to AIR News economist Naveen Gupta said,
The bank credit limits have come back to pre-COVID levels. That shows banks reduced aversions to credit risk, industries availing credit limit, and that shows confidence of industry and they don't fear to take risk and make more investment. That is really growth and that shows the success of Atmanirbhar Bharat and industry, both domestic as well as multinational corporations are willing to invest in India. Further, the deposits have also gone up. That shows the consumer is willing to keep its funds in a liquid situation to make investments and make consumption as per the requirement. That is very good for the industry and that shows the success of Atmanirbhar Bharat in creating jobs and more industrialization in India.
In Myanmar, security forces have killed at least 38 protesters in the latest crackdowns, an advocacy group said. In the first incident, security forces killed at least 22 anti-coup protesters in the poor industrial Halaing Thayar suburb of Myanmar's main city yesterday after 2 Chinese factories were set ablaze. The Assistance Association for Political Prisoners, AAPP, said another 16 protesters have been killed in Mandalay and Bago. Yesterday's killings make it the bloodiest day since February the 1st coup against elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi. The Chinese embassy said many Chinese staff were injured and trapped in arson attacks by unidentified assailants on garment factories in Halaing Thayar. In cricket, India beat England by 7 wickets in the second T20 international match to level 5-match series 1-1 at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad last night. Ishan Kishan's 32-ball 56 on debut and his 94-run partnership for the second wicket with skipper Virat Kohli helped India thrash England. Ishan Kishan was named player of the match. Putting to bat first, England scored 164 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs with the help of Jason Roy, 46 runs off 35 balls. For India, Washington Sundar and Shardul Thakur took 2 wickets each. In reply, India chased down the target for the loss of 3 wickets in 17.5 overs. India made 166 runs. Skipper Virat Kohli made 73 runs not out, while Ishan Kishan made 56 off 32 balls. Indian skipper Virat Kohli has become the first ever batsman to score 3,000 runs in T20 International. Kohli achieved the milestone during the second T20 International against England at Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad last night. The skipper was just 72 runs behind from touching the landmark figure, and with his unbeaten knock of 73 runs, he crossed the 30,000 mark. He now has 3,001 runs from 87 T20I matches. New Zealand's Martin Guptill is second on the list of leading run-getters in T20I cricket, having scored 2,839 runs in 99 matches.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital Delhi witnessed a mist in the morning and the maximum temperature is expected to be 33 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky and the upper limit of temperature will be around 37 degrees Celsius. Chennai is likely to witness a cloudy sky with a temperature rising up to nearly 32 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature was 23 degrees. Kolkata, with a mainly clear sky, is expected to have a maximum temperature of 34 degrees. In Srinagar and Jammu, the sky will be partly cloudy. Srinagar may also experience 1 or 2 spells of rain or thundershower, with temperature rising from 6 to 11 degrees Celsius. Leh is expected to have partly cloudy sky. Gilgit will have a generally cloudy sky, and Muzaffarabad will witness a partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. With 1.26 million doses of vaccine being administered on average every day, Hindustan Times headline writes, India's inoculation drive now second largest in the world. As the number of coronavirus infections crosses the 12 crore mark globally, a front page headline in the Asian Age says, with 25,320 new cases, India has biggest one-day COVID spike this year. In a first meeting after Article 370 in Pulwama attack, India-Pakistan Indus talks on March the 23rd and 24th, reports the Tribune. Centre likely to allow residents to fill their national population register details online, cites The Hindu. The Economic Times reports government looking to divest share in 4 airport operators as approval process for Delhi, Bengaluru, Mumbai and Hyderabad airport begins.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Both houses of parliament to resume proceedings today after a break of 4 days. More than 10,32,000 students register for Prime Minister's interactive academic program Pariksha Pe Charcha. Scrutiny of nomination to take place for second phase of assembly elections in West Bengal and Assam. Jammu and Kashmir government approves interest-free loans worth 2 lakh rupees for beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Mumbai police officer Sachin Vaze remanded to NIA custody till 25th of March in connection with explosives found in a car outside industrialist Mukesh Ambani's house. Special Task Force of Uttar Pradesh Police nabs training commander of banned Popular Front of India. Bank credit grows by 6.63%, while deposits go up by over 12% during fortnight ended February the 26th. Myanmar security forces killed 38 protesters in latest crackdown. 2 Chinese factories set on fire. India beat England by 7 wickets in second T20 International to level 5-match cricket series 1-1 in Ahmedabad. And India skipper Virat Kohli becomes first ever batsman to score 3,000 runs in T20 International. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.